Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another 30 days of WrestleScope. And it is now time. We finally reached it. It is WrestleMania 37, and it's time for the WrestleMania 37 predictions. Going to go through every single match. We're going to have my predictions, what new champions there may or may not be this weekend, and maybe a few surprises along the way. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Like the video, hit the notification button so you can know every time that there's something brand new here on WrestleScope TV on YouTube. And as I've been mentioning all month long, it is day 9 now of the 30 days of WrestleScope, doing a different broadcast every single day through the month of April. And well, lots of stuff to talk about today. This is specifically going to be the WrestleMania 37 predictions. We're going to start with tonight's special edition of SmackDown. It is WrestleMania SmackDown. Yes, they're going to have the addressing the fans, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Edge. No predictions there. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. We're going to have the champions, the Dirty Dogs, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, defending the titles in a fatal four-way against Rey and Dominic Mysterio, the Alpha Academy of Chad Gable and Otis, and the Street Profits. This is going to be a good match. I'm very disappointed that this is not on one of the two main nights of WrestleMania, that they have to put this on SmackDown, because all 8 of these guys deserve a shot on the WrestleMania main card. Roode and Ziggler have done absolutely nothing with these tag team titles. They have really done nothing. They've been kind of an added part of some other feuds and everything else. We will see new tag team champions. It is not going to be the Mysterios. Yes, it would be great to see Rey and Dominic be the first father-son duo to win the tag team titles, but it's not going to happen. Street Profits, they don't need the belts right now. They don't need to get them back. I believe it's going to be time for the Alpha Academy. It's going to be Chad Gable and Otis. This is going to be kind of a makeup for both of these guys who had absolutely awful gimmicks in 2020. You had the Shorty G gimmick. Thankfully, he isn't doing that anymore. And then Otis in the whole messed up angle with the Money in the Bank and the whole relationship with Mandy. This is going to be a way for WWE to make good. Brand new tag team champions are going to be the Alpha Academy, and this way you're going to have 2 solid babyface teams chasing them in the future in the Street Profits and Rey and Dominic Mysterio. On to the 2021 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Hey, we need to do something with all of these guys because they're on the roster, don't know what to do with them match, and Shinsuke Nakamura. I honestly, just looking at the list, you've got, Tozawa, Garza, Alexander, Gulak, Elias, Eric of the Viking Raiders, Grand Metalik, Humberto Carrillo, Jackson Riker, Jey Uso, Kalisto, King Corbin. It's funny that King Corbin is in this after he was just in a couple of main event spots on Raw, and now he's in this. Lindsay Dorado, Mace, Murphy, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke, Slapjack, T-Bar, and Tucker. My top 2 for this are Shinsuke Nakamura and Mustafa Ali. I can see Mustafa Ali coming out on top. This will be kind of a quote-unquote, all pun intended, retribution story for him. He will end up eliminating either Mace or T-Bar at the very end to win this match. I can see it actually being T-Bar that he eliminates, and Mustafa Ali will be the winner. Shinsuke Nakamura, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that wins it, but I can see it being more Mustafa Ali, just because this is something, it's an accolade that you could put on, onto your resume, but it really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't benefit anybody, and that's why I'm thinking it's Mustafa Ali. All right, let's move on to day number 1 of WrestleMania, night number 1 of WrestleMania 37, and we have the women's tag team turmoil match to determine who will face Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax on night 2 for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. You've got Lana and Naomi, the Riot Squad, Tamina and Natalya, and Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Possibly the team of Carmella and Billie Kay are being added into this. Unsure. I think there could be one more added into this match. On paper, and I have to go with this because a lot of other people have said the same thing, it's got to be Naomi and Lana. The Lana story has been going on for so long that this is going to be her opportunity to finally get redemption against Shayna and Nia. I see somehow, some way, Naomi and Lana coming out on top in this match. Onto the steel cage match. Oh, the match everybody wants to see. No. This is going to be the bathroom break match for a lot of people, I think. It is Shane McMahon taking on Braun Strowman in a steel cage. Any other year, I'd be interested in this, but the build for this match has been absolutely horrific. With Shane McMahon belittling Braun Strowman, calling him stupid, dropping slime on him, bringing out the fake fifth grade report card, and just everything else. I hope this is a match that writes Shane McMahon off of TV for a long, long time, until at least SummerSlam, if not Survivor Series. Obviously, Elias and Jackson Riker are going to get involved in this somehow. There's no way Braun Strowman does not come out with the victory in this. The big question is, what kind of a big stupid spot is Shane McMahon going to take here? And who's going to take the bigger leaping spot this weekend? Is it going to be Shane McMahon or is it going to be Kevin Owens? I'm going with Braun Strowman. Raw Tag Team Championship match. The champions New Day taking on the team of AJ Styles and Omos having his first official, quote unquote, match in WWE. There's no way we don't crown new tag team champions in this match. How the New Day would survive this, I don't know. I foresee this as AJ doing the brunt of the work against the New Day, almost coming in and getting one or two moves in, and we crown new tag team champions. And down the road, this is going to go Shawn Michaels, Diesel kind of feud where all of a sudden almost just gets sick and tired of AJ Styles and beats him up, and that's how they end up losing the titles, probably at SummerSlam. The match that could steal the night tomorrow night, Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. The build for this match has been great. Cesaro finally getting a marquee singles match at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins has been great since his return a couple of months ago. Cesaro is promising basically a world record breaking swing. Lord only knows what he's going to end up doing. Rollins would not be hurt by a loss here. I think it would actually benefit his character if he did lose. So I'm leaning towards Cesaro in this match, though I wouldn't be surprised if they did put Seth Rollins over, but I'm going to go with Cesaro. I think the over-under on what the swing is going to be, the over-under has got to be 27. It's got to be 27. He may go 37 in honor of WrestleMania 37. Okay, the big celebrity match for the night, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest taking on the team of Miz and Morrison. This changed to a tag team match just a few days ago. It was originally scheduled to be a tag team match, but then Damian Priest and John Morrison were both dealing with nagging injuries. They had to wait to get cleared, and now again, it is a tag team match. Again, with all the build that they've given Bad Bunny, there is absolutely no way Bad Bunny and Damian Priest lose this match. I think it's going to be Damian Priest taking the brunt of this. It will be a hot tag coming in from Bad Bunny. And Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, I could see Bad Bunny pinning Miz, which would be awesome. Brian Payne, I think a loss for Rollins makes him look stronger in this. I tend to agree with you. I would think that Rollins can afford to take a loss here. Absolutely. On to the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We have Sasha Banks defending her title against Bianca Belair. This match, there's been rumblings going back and forth that this could be the main event, though Tom Phillips for the last 2 weeks has been talking about Bobby and Drew being the main event. So we shall see. We will know if Bobby and Drew do not come out for the WWE title match. If that is not the opening match on WrestleMania, that is going to be the main event. But Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, the build for this match has been absolutely horrific ever since Bianca ended up winning the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble this year. Sasha Banks has been terrible on the microphone. They were in the Can They Coexist tag team, and it didn't work out. This should be a good match. Give them 20 minutes, please, not including the ring entrances. Let these women have 20 minutes and show what they can do. Bianca Belair is going to be the new SmackDown Women's Champion. On to what I think is going to end up being the main event of night one. It is Bobby Lashley defending the WWE title against the two-time champion Drew McIntyre. This is one I'm struggling with. For the longest time, I've thought, okay, it's got to be Drew here because they've wanted to get Drew the big win in front of a crowd. Both of his championship wins have been in front of no fans, and they want to give him that big crowning moment. But Bobby Lashley, boy, does he really deserve to be a transitional champion? Because that's what he is. You know, they took the belt off of Drew, gave it to Miz with the Money in the Bank. Bobby took it away right away and has had a decent run with it, for what you can say as far as storyline build. But do they want to take the belt off of him already? Or do they want to build to a summer-long feud where Drew is continuing to chase Bobby, and it's at SummerSlam that Bobby Lashley wins the title? I'm going to go kind of against the grain here, and I'm going to say Bobby Lashley is going to retain the title. Here's the caveat. If this ends up being the main event of night one, it will be Drew McIntyre. If this is not the main event match, if Drew gets his moment being the first guy walking out on the WrestleMania stage, Bobby Lashley will win. I know that's kind of hedging my bets here, but it's based on the position of the card of this match, who is going to win. And that's going to play into the main event for night two, my thinking. Let's move on to night two. You have the United States Championship, Riddle defending against Sheamus. This is not who's supposed to be here. It's supposed to be Keith Lee, but Keith Lee ended up getting injured, was taken out of that triple threat match, was dealing with Mia Yim having COVID-19, so he ended up having to isolate himself. Riddle, they were taking the belt off of Bobby to put him in the position he's in. It was supposed to be Keith Lee winning and Riddle taking the loss, but they've put the belt on Riddle. He's been a joke of a U.S. champion. Has not been very good. Sheamus has been a star on Raw for the last 6 months. I see them giving the belt to Sheamus and feuding for the next couple of months with Keith Lee when Keith Lee returns. The match that most likely will be the match of the weekend as far as WrestleMania, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn deserve this spot. They finally get to have their one-on-one singles match at WrestleMania. These two are just magical anytime they work together, and it is going to be a phenomenal match. Kevin Owens coming out, just as a house of fire, wanting to beat some sense into his old friend Sami Zayn. KO is going to do something absolutely crazy. He will jump off of something pirate-related on this match on night two. Kevin Owens comes out with the victory, and Sami Zayn will continue to complain about conspiracy theories against him. Logan Paul will end up hitting Sami Zayn, and then he's going to end up eating a stunner from Kevin Owens. The Intercontinental Championship in the what on God's green earth is a Nigerian drum match. I don't know. It just sounds like a street fight. I think that's what it's going to be. Big E defending against Apollo Crews. I've heard so many people say, well, Apollo is going to end up winning. He's been battling back and forth. He's got this new gimmick. He is not winning this match. Big E, they've got big things planned for him. They are not taking this belt off of him yet. He is going to hold on to the Intercontinental Championship until at least SummerSlam, if not Survivor Series. He is not going to lose it. When he does lose it, it's going to be in questionable means. Roman Reigns is going to have something to do with it. Big E is going to retain the Intercontinental Championship. The Fiend versus Randy Orton, the longest running feud in WWE right now. A match that right now looks, unless something changes last minute, is going to be a straight up one-on-one in the ring match. Why? There are rumors floating around that the Fiend is going to win this in a 30-second squash match, which, again, why? No matter whatever they end up doing, cinematic match, squash match, whatever it's going to be the Fiend winning. My thing here is, if the rumors of Alexa Bliss having to go under a mask are true, stupid. Don't do it. The Raw Women's Championship match, yet another match on this card that this was not the way it was supposed to be. This was actually Plan D. It's supposed to be Charlotte versus Lacey. But obviously neither one of them are on the card right now. Asuka, who, I love Asuka. She is a great wrestler, but has been just a mediocre, milquetoast, underutilized champion ever since she won the belt, was handed the belt back in, late May, early June last year. She's taking on Rhea Ripley, who is not supposed to be in this position. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it, but this is not the match that was on paper for any point in time until about 3 weeks ago. It's time to take the belt off of Asuka. As much as I'd love to see her continue on and possibly get some good feuds, it's time to take the belt off of her. Rhea Ripley will be the new Raw Women's Champion. And then the main event of the show of shows, it will be Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Edge and Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match. Now, I came out with kind of a odd prediction, not odd, but controversial prediction a couple of days ago on Twitter. I think the ending to this match is going to be determined in the ring on the fly. They've got two plans right now for who's going to win this match. And it's all going to be based on crowd reaction on the entrances. If Edge ends up getting booed more than cheered, he will not win this championship. They want WrestleMania 37 to end on either a very controversial note or a very high note. As much as I'd love to see Daniel Bryan win this title and have another WrestleMania 30 type storyline, I don't think it's going to happen. I believe it's down to Roman Reigns and Edge, and it's going to be Daniel Bryan taking the pin, but it's all going to be dependent on the crowd reaction. We know Roman Reigns is going to get booed out the door, but if Edge is not cheered, if he is treated, if he gets the 50-50 reaction, they are going to call for Roman Reigns to hold on to the belt. And what will happen is it's basically going to be a battle of the spears, and Edge is going to take out Daniel Bryan. Roman's going to come in and he's going to get the pin and retain his championship if they go that route. I hate to say that Daniel Bryan is going to be the one that's going to get pinned in this match, but that's why they added him here. And they need a fan favorite. They need a babyface here. And Edge just isn't that guy right now. And yeah, I know they've been talking about, Edge coming back after 10 years and, winning back the title that he never truly lost. And The fans have kind of turned on him. And with this being the first WrestleMania in front of fans in 2 years, it's really heavily going to be fan based. So that's why I'm saying, depending on the reaction, that is going to determine. They're going to walk into that match with 2 finishes, and the call is going to be made in the ring when that match starts of who is going to take the win. But I am going to go with Roman Reigns retaining, because I think there's going to be that 50-50 that 50-50 reaction for Edge. So those are my predictions for WrestleMania 37 and for WrestleMania SmackDown tonight. Please leave your comments on your predictions for all the matches, any of the matches, here in the comments here on YouTube. Greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell. Also, don't forget to follow WrestleScope on all of our different social media platforms. I will be back on Saturday during the afternoon. I will have WrestleScope Weekly not going to be really doing a breakdown this week of individual matches and cards and things like that, just because there's so much. It's going to be hitting more on the news items from this past week that maybe I haven't touched on this week. I'm also going to be plugging some of the other great shows that are going to be on this weekend, friends of mine that are doing wrestling-related shows on YouTube. But I'm John. Thank you very much for tuning in again. Leave your comments with your predictions in the comment section, and I will be answering all of them throughout the weekend. Thank you very much. Have a great day. This has been day number 9 of the 30 days of WrestleScope. Greatly appreciate you tuning in. Back tomorrow with day 10.